Hi, you guys. So, I'm gonna have to do another video, but I want to just talk about one. I want to do a video for this vision, and I'm gonna use the thumbnail as the vision. And there's a vision on top of that I don't think that I put out. And what it was, the vision on top of it, and I don't know the date because I didn't write down the date, was a blob of something moving across my ceiling. And I thought I was tripping until I saw it twice. So I wrote it down and actually forgot about it. So I didn't take a picture of it, but it was a blob. All I can say, it was a whitish, golden blob, orangish blob, whitish, a mix of the two colored, just moving across my ceiling. And if I had to guess, I believe I had this vision on Sunday. So I'll let you know when I get home. And the vision that I took a picture of is one I had last night. I was coming back inside my house and I saw this vision on my wall. It was under the light switch, and it was halfway from the light switch to the floor. And it was black, and I didn't get a good feeling about it. I was perceiving that this was not a good thing. Okay, you guys? And it just wasn't a good thing. It kind of looks, the way I drew it is the way that I saw it. It wasn't a complete curve. It kind of looks like a hook, but what it is, I don't know. It was black, and like I said, I perceived that it wasn't a good thing. Okay, you guys? The Holy Spirit was telling me at the same time that it wasn't a good thing. What else? So, yesterday was Monday. So Sunday night, I had this dream, and I didn't think it had anything to do with anything until I realized that it does. And I was just perplexed about it. And what the dream was, it was me. I was in like a house, and there was some like white shutters in this window, and the shutters or blinds, I should say, shutter blinds or just blinds, were pointing down. They were closed down, and it was, there were two men outside. The blinds were closed, but I was still able to look through the blinds, but I would have to look up. And, you could still see a little bit through the blinds, but you have to look up. So when I looked up through the blinds at an angle, like from the windowsill up, I saw two African men. I knew them to be African. Two African men in the tree like a monkey. I'm thinking, why in the world are these men in the tree acting like a monkey? They climbing the trees like a monkey, you guys. Two African men. I knew them to be African, not necessarily African American, but African or African descent. And I was just thinking that during the dream, I was like, I can't go out there. I can't go outside. I can't go out there. This tree was by the window, and these men were in the tree. And man, I almost forgot about this thing until yesterday morning. And it's gonna tie into the last video I did and the next video I do. So yesterday morning, my co-worker, she she bought a new camera, and it wasn't even in, I hadn't even been to work 5 minutes, and she wanted to test this camera out with me. She wanted to take photos with me so she can kind of learn how to adjust the exposure and so on and so forth. So we took a couple pictures in the room, and then I was just kind of getting like frustrated. I was like, listen, I just got to work. Let me go clock in and, go get my paper of the clients that I'm supposed to be doing, or the client. So I was like, okay, just one last couple pictures or whatever. And she sat me next to the window and in the sitting area, and she opened up the blinds a little bit to let the light in, these white blinds, just like they were in my dream. So she played around with it a little bit, and I let her take a couple pictures of me. And once she did that, and when I saw her sitting me in the sitting area, I never sit there because it's for the clients, if I do anything in the spa, it's going to be in my room and not necessarily where the clients, this is the waiting area for the clients, so I would never sit there. But when she did that, it reminded me of my dream. And I'll pick up from there in the next video, because last night, after making that video, she sent me not only my picture, but she sent me another picture. She sent me 3 other pictures, and maybe I'll get a chance to show you. She sent the picture that she took of me, and she sent me 3 additional pictures, which I wasn't even expecting, because she had them on her camera. And I was like, well, how did you get those on your phone so fast, or whatever? Because she has an iPhone, and I'm thinking, whatever. So anyway, I'll talk about that in the next video, and maybe I'll be able to make the video on my other phone and show you the pictures. And also, since I had forgotten that, and when I made last video, I had already gotten a little bit of revelation talking about jet blue, and I had already shared it as it relates to fumes and chemtrails. And I know I did a video talking about how jet blue was, they had to land 3 times. They had to land their plane or turn around their plane a couple times in 3 weeks because passengers were getting sick in the cabin. Fumes were they were complaining of fumes or something backing up into the cabin. And when I saw a story about it last night, it reminded me that I had already shared that as like one of the revelations of this particular vision of the Kim/Con trail. Okay, you guys, I'll talk about it more, because I saw a JetBlue plane after making the last video, and it reminded me of that. It'll still all tie into the next video, and this dream, and this vision. I don't know what it is, but I just got a bad feeling about it. Okay, you guys, I'll come back and talk with you later. I made some notes on what I want to talk about.